Hello my friends, we are going into day number 2 of Cutthroat, and as you might be able to see, the mission is a little bit different right now. That is because Mindhawk and I talked, and it turns out that this difficulty that was going on was not exactly the developer intended difficulty. Originally, it was 6,000 minerals to get all of Jim's stuff, or Jim to recruit Mira. However, he didn't get the income from all the bases. It was just from the scrap, but it was too easy to contain. So he made it 10,000. However, he would get the income, but then that was too easy as well, and on every difficulty except for Ultra Brutal it was way too easy. So he shifted it back, which made Ultra Brutal ridiculously difficult, and unintentionally so. So what has happened is it is now 6,000 again, however the starting army is a little bit less garbage, which should help out a lot. Additionally, some of the units have been made more interesting. The Wraith didn't do anything, which was a bit silly in my opinion. But that has been fixed. It now has a cloaking upgrade called Bootleg Cloak. I came up with the name. It's a cloaking field generator, but it takes 10 energy per second, so it's not nearly as strong. And then the battlecruiser has a bootleg battlecruiser basically, where it restores 4 times the amount of energy, but it has bootleg Yamato cannon, which only has half the range, and it has a janky shield generator too. So all the stuff is a little bit worse. I think it's kind of funny. No, Alright. It's still really hard. If you mess up for half a second, you still instantly lose. And then the other big change is we start with 6 wraiths instead of the previous whatever it was. We're going to kill these, and then we're going to head out onto the map to try to take out the income. He still gets a percentage of the income and stuff. Probably want that there and this here. So we have to take out these bases. However, also he gets a lower percentage of the money from the bases now. The reason that these bases were giving so much income is originally he had wanted it to give... whoa! Oh, crap. Oh, I didn't clear over here. Do I have to restart again? I do. Yeah, this is just one of those ones that if you mess up even a little bit, it's still completely game over. Let's go for it. I need to clear everything with the BC on the top side. There's a lot to do right at the beginning. So we want these to clear this way, and then sell these, lift, lift. Because Mindhawk isn't actually trying to make every single mission a one base time defense mission. That's not the actual goal here. As crazy as it sounds, it's just kind of how things kept ending up on Ultra Brutal. Because he had the same challenge twice in a row where the allies lose all of their base stuff, which is something he's going to look at addressing because he's not super happy with the idea. It's just not that much variety. So we will see how it goes. This is definitely much more approachable. The 6 wraith start, which I have beautifully microed into 4 wraiths, is definitely better. Oh, can we get it? Cool.
I left a little present out here for you and Matthew.
I'm really excited about that.
To him last time you boys were here.
Damn, Vulture, are those Jimmy bikes? So we're going to do the same thing as before, but we're going to try to play a bit more reasonably. Same ideas. Be very careful right here. Jimmy's first attack wave is now synced up with the vultures instead of being before. That's interesting. That actually might make it a little bit harder. There have been a couple other balance changes where Mira cannot... Her first death wave, which is way more powerful than her other waves, is no longer able to randomly sync up with Jim and murder you. But then all the rest of them, I don't know if they're changed. It's just the first death wave. And then Cloak should make that wave a little bit easier. The reason that Cloak is nerfed in this is A, because Cloak is ridiculous, and B, because the AI is really dumb and cannot reliably hit scans. So that's my understanding of the mission so far. As you can see, the 6 wraiths make it easier to control this area at about the 2,000 mark instead of the 4,000 to 5,000 mark that it was before. And that's really the main change here, is making it a little bit less of an instant loss at the 3-minute mark if you don't have complete control over everything. By the way, bootleg cloak cannot be turned off. I mentioned it drains 10 energy per second. I guess it's 8.9. But you can't turn it off, so as soon as you put it on, you're going to lose all the energy on your wraiths. Which I think is hilarious, honestly. I really like the idea of Orlan having a theme of a bunch of bootleg stuff going on. Just these garbage things that he salvaged out of random ships. It's a really cool theme in my opinion, and I'm glad that it's here.
Base is under attack.
So I don't know what the difficulty is. Mindhawk actually wanted to make it, was it 9 wraiths to start with at the beginning? And I said that was too much. They would make the mission really easy. And let's see if I was correct or if I was overconfident. I do feel like I have a pretty good contain right now. And they're obviously going to get the objective eventually. I'm not expecting to keep it forever. However, I am expecting to keep it for a while. Or be safe for a while so I can build up. Because Mindhawk was looking at the footage, and I showed him last time that I lost 11 Rays in a battlecruiser against Mira, who had, what was it? It was 4 of the elite Goliaths and 4 war pigs. And that was it, versus 11 Wraiths and the elite BC, and I got trounced. It wasn't even close. And that was a little bit too much, you know? Fights should obviously be hard, but they shouldn't be impossible. Okay, I lost that SCV.
Base is under attack.
I like the idea of sending a bunch of SCVs over here. I don't like how close that we are right now. Let's see if we can move this back a little bit.
Our SCVs are
Yeah,
under
look, these are
attack.
pulling things out of the base. Don't lose this. So far the contain feels very powerful here. Is it too powerful, or am I cocky? Probably both. I am fully saturated, which I barely got to do last time. That is a huge difference, just having any economy whatsoever. I don't think I ever lasted to the 7-minute mark when we were trying before. It's amazing the difference that 3 raids make at the beginning. I guess I also have a better understanding of the mission. I think this needs to be a little bit more forward. I don't know. Oh, I could just build an engineering bay, I guess. That's a way to do it.
Base is under attack. Our SCVs are under attack.
Perfect. Build an engineering bay. So I believe at some point Jim automatically gets it. That's what people were saying to me in the comments. I don't know when that is. Also, he reduced the duration of the mission because once again he said he didn't want everything to be timed attack missions. However, it may have to be that the... I don't know. It may have been too many nerfs at once. And buffs. Like, this guy hasn't... Nothing's happened to it. Of course... we'll see how Mira does. We'll be able to kill Mira's first wave, I believe. I bet that it starts right now. It's going to be like... Poosh. Maybe not. Maybe it's the 10-minute mark. I don't know. I've given up on trying to predict things in this campaign because it always goes poorly. Oh! Big death wave incoming. Alright, Jim's starting to get a bit serious. Try heading out this way. I'm going to leave a couple guys over here. Then we got to move out to defend. And it's the vultures that need to die first. Yeah, that was a big wave.
Base our SCVs are under attack.
Whoa, they're all over me.
Man, that drains them of energy quick. It definitely, you have to think about when you want to use Cloak, which I actually think is really cool. I'd be super happy if the other units were also given Scrapper-based abilities. I don't know if it would be too weak or too strong, but it really fits with Orlan's theme, you know?
Attack formation. Will do, command.
So I'm split up. I'm going to have to micro on two sides. My paper airplanes are in fact made out of paper.
The waiting orders. Standing by.
I did pick Ultra Brutal, right? Yeah, because everything's
Go
hostile.
ahead, command. Transmit course.
Sorry, I'm like second guessing myself at this point where it's
Ben,
infinitely easier than it ever was.
reporting in.
And this is definitely one of those things. It's the hardest thing in game development to balance. The early game cascading out of control versus instantly dying. And it seems that this might have swung a little bit too far on the other side in the attempt to find fairness. Because previously,
Transmit.
basically the way you got to do it, according to everyone in the comments that had actually done an Ultra Brutal, is you sit up here and you turtle hard forever and you don't even bother with the objective. You don't bother with trying to deny Jim.
Go ahead, command.
The bases are impossible to breach. I checked, there's like 1,000 trillion missile turrets and stuff at both Jim's and Mira's bases.
Attack.
Because some people had some really interesting ideas about that.
Whoa, they're all
Oh my gosh, hello.
reporting in.
I think what I'm going to do is I will probably come back to this one again at some point, because this is obviously just a swing too far in the other direction. And the automatic gaining of the contract never happens now, I guess. That might be bugged, I'm not sure.
Go ahead.
But, well, he's going to get it in a sec.
Thrusters to
And see if we
max.
die. It could definitely happen.
All right, Mira. We both know you're ripping me off.
Oh, we watched that last time.
Vector locked in.
And we do still have to kill the opponent, which is going to be a feat. Let's get another one of these. I'll attack
Go
reactor.
ahead, command.
And try to sync ourselves with Mira's
The waiting
attacks.
orders.
Okay, that's free gym money. I can't really do anything about that right now. I probably should have got my infrastructure up earlier.
Transmit
Let's see. I'm actually going to move out onto the map and try to engage Mira early. Because I don't want to fight her. Oh, I guess we're engaging Jim early, who is sending 4 siege tanks. And nothing else. That's a bit odd. Yep. Cloak does seem a bit imba here. Maybe the cloak would be okay if they sent a science vessel or something? I don't know. Because even those few seconds of cloak made that a free win. Interesting. Very interesting. So guys, I would like your feedback as well. What do you think could be the comfy middle ground for this mission? Or do you think that this is okay? Be very interesting in hearing what your guys' thoughts are, because this is... It's different. It's definitely different.
all over me.
Colonel Orlan's sure taking his time decrypting that adjutant for us.
Alrighty. So what happens?
Complete.
Medevac comes in and scoots on over there. But we're not done. We have to destroy them.
Locked in. Rate the
And we get a
waiting orders.
bajillion dollars. And we get to destroy Jim Raynor's base. I'm excited for that.
I got a little present headed your way.
Yeah, so people that were telling me to break this base. No way. Couldn't harass that economy. Too many missile turrets and stuff. We broke the game. And then I guess Mira's the only one left.
Go ahead, command.
Jim's got a couple infantry.
Attack.
Wouldn't it be rad if that's what happened in the normal game, if you failed on this mission? Did I say rad? Oh gosh, my 90s are showing.
Transmit coordinates.
Your forces under attack.
Rate the waiting
Do I care? Do I care? I guess I do.
Whoa, they're all.
So what does Mira have?
Go ahead, command.
Oh, she's got an army. I kind of want to just click on this. I have so much money that if I kill this and then kill the SCVs, then She won't be able to reproduce, right? Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh no!
Rate the waiting order.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to building your own difficulty because the mission was nerfed too much.
Orders.
First step. Oh, well, I have $20 trillion still. Never mind.
Base is under attack.
You gotta save this guy, though. Never mind.
Go ahead, Commander.
Oh, goodness. How do we not take critical damage from this?
Base is under attack.
All the mercs. Fight them without the siege tank. It looks like the siege breaker is a siege tank now. I don't know if that's just how they build. I guess that Mira doesn't build mercenaries, she just starts with mercenaries, which makes sense.
Transmit
So that's why her first attack is so much more difficult than the others. Mercs are just insane. I guess it would be out of theme of the mission to say that the first... It feels very weird to me in terms of game design to have the first attack be the strongest, and then all the follow-up attacks be very, very weak. You know, generally, you want that very simple climactic curve of... I know someone in the comments is going to be like, LOL, great, it's reversed. Of course it's going to be reversed, but you know what I mean. You start with easier attacks, and then you gradually mount up the pressure over time. I found that this campaign, in general, seems to not follow that trend. It's either a giant death push, or it is a lot of very similar attack waves. A good example of the similar ones would be the Amon mission we did? Not Amon. The Mara mission that we did, where it felt like the majority of the attacks through the entire time were basically the same thing over and over again.
waiting orders. Go ahead, Commander.
But there's definitely value in each. I mean, it is ultra brutal, so finding difficulty is interesting. The discussion of what makes difficulty interesting is always an interesting one to have. And I think a lot of people have different opinions on it. So, when you have to cheese a mission to win it, and I say I'm not a big fan of that, I always get the response, well, it's ultra brutal. Of course you gotta cheese it to win. But in my head, the way that you make a mission truly ultra brutal difficulty is you make it uncheesable, if that makes sense. And it's like two sides of the same coin that can both... How are you all damaged already? Determine difficulty. And having a giant death wave at the beginning is a way to do difficulty, but also having to take very little damage from medium waves early so you can survive the later waves is a way to do difficulty. And everybody has their own opinion on what makes truly interesting difficulty. And I think that's really cool and worth talking about. What do you guys like? Do you like the gradual ramp up over time? Do you think that it's good to... Oh gosh, these missile turrets. Do you think that having random super punches is good every once in a while?
Vespene Geyser exhausted.
Or do you think that super hard missions should have to be cheesed? Or do you think it would be better if they
Base
were
is under attack.
not cheesable? That sort of thing. I'd be really interested to hear people's responses on this because I genuinely think it's one of those topics that is incredibly interesting and game developers actually don't give much thought to. In most games, the way that they increase the difficulty is they're like, LOL, the enemy has 40% more HP, and he kills you in one hit. That's another good one. It's like is a fight that's buffed in difficulty, is it better on higher difficulty to be able to one-shot you, or have more opportunities to hit you for the same amount of damage as before? Always interesting stuff like that. Sorry that this mission wasn't that hard, guys. We will... Wait, how do I win? Oh, Jim's not dead. We gotta kill his command centers. Obviously, custom map design is always in flux, and trying to make all the difficulties work is insanely difficult. It's really hard, especially when stuff like brutal.
A particular set of skills. We will find you, and we will nuke your base.
Let's get out of here. We can enjoy the results from a nice, safe distance.
Congratulations, Commander. This completes the movement tutorial.
We did it. I forgot what I was saying. Thank you guys for watching. Local player is victorious. There is only one more public mission for the reversed campaign. And then we're absolutely, totally going to be out of missions. What a shame. But thank you guys for sticking with me in this journey so we can do exactly one more mission tomorrow. And it'll be a blast. Until then, peace.